honestly. At first I didn't really understand these trades, but when I'm really looking at it, I really and people gonna say like what they're gonna say, but for the Nets, I really don't feel like this is a bad trade. And specifically for Mikal Bridges, and like looking at the trade too, I'm like, DeAndre Ayton was more so like the target, but when I'm looking at Mikal Bridges, like in a year where Devin Booker and Chris Paul has been out of the lineup, he's having like a career year with like 17 points a game. And I've been watching like games. He's like, handling the ball, looking for a shot more, creating his shots on his own, making good decisions in the pick and roll. And I was looking at it. He only gets up like 13 shots a game, and he averages 17. So on the Brooklyn Nets, where oh, and another thing, like with this Brooklyn Nets trade, everybody on this team really doesn't have any egos or there's no solidified first option. So I feel like everybody that's been traded for the Nets is honestly it's all up for grabs, and I feel like with there not being any egos or like a guaranteed number one option, everyone could just play their best, and none of them really had no one's really demanding too much. So honestly, overall, I don't really feel like this is a bad trade for the Nets, and I really wouldn't be surprised if because also too, there's a lot of experienced people on this team. Like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson has been to the finals, been in playoff series. Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith played against Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, so they have experience. They've been to the conference finals. There's a lot of experienced people that could play a pivotal role, and they know how to win games. So I don't really feel like I've seen like a lot of headlines like they're rebuilding, like they're trash or whatever. But I really don't feel like it's a bad trade for the Nets, and I feel like this is really the best offer that they really could get, honestly.
I definitely agree with you on that.
I would also like to hash it on this situation. Sort of just real quick, just addressing what you're saying, Jalen, about the Brooklyn Nets. I just don't think they're really just gonna be too relevant unless we get the Ben Simmons of old. Unless Ben Simmons becomes that player that's like a real triple double threat again, just being very dominant on the ball, how he was before the injuries and the whole incident with the Atlanta Hawks series. I just don't think the Nets are really just gonna be that good. I think they'll still at least make the play-in because they've already gained a lot of ground on this year. I don't think they're gonna be a complete drop off like that, but even if they were to even make the playoffs, I just don't think they would be able to win a series.
So
Um,
hold on. So would you? So in the 7 game series, you would trust like the Knicks over the Nets
the
in the
Knicks,
second series?
over this Nets team, yes. Like, and
But
I'm
you
not, and
realize like the Knicks
yeah,
don't have people that have been to the play have playoff experience. Like
I
these
trust,
are core.
I
Their core guys are playoff experienced, know how to win series.
listen to me. If that was like a 6-7, like not a 6-7, like a 4-5 matchup, I would definitely go with the New York Knicks. I just trust Jalen Brunson. I think Julius Randle, even though I'm not too much of a fan, he still does produce. And just being coached by Tom Thibodeau. But I just I feel when it comes to the Brooklyn Nets, they'll go as far as Ben Simmons will take them. Mikal Bridges is definitely a good player. Spencer Dinwiddie is a great player. Dorian Finney-Smith, Jae Crowder, they have a lot of wings. They have a good, solid team. But what's really the potential of a lot of those players? They're good role players. I think the only player that has the highest upside is a Ben Simmons that could really take them far. But